commentators with highlight moment after highlight moment, and we're living it all right now.
Every
Entropiq with a T-side start. Sorry, Hugo, didn't mean to cut you off.
Actually, I was trying to cut you off.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Here's the outside play. They run amok. Entropiq managed to get past the man in main. Nico dead almost immediately. Trying to pick up the pieces now is Modesty over in heaven, but they're wrapping past him. They're going to ramp their Sam. Oh, the Hunter did not know. And so he's knocked out of the round.
It's all over the place right now. Alexi B in that lower bomb site, his teammates two top, and Entropiq is surrounding him. They haven't cleared him out of this smoke, just sitting inside of it right now. What on earth is going on? He's going to try to deny the plant, but it's tucked in behind the boxes. He'll kill him in the post instead. But NickelBack won't move a muscle. Tucked in for now. One bullet would have done it. Alexi doesn't know that. He's getting chased, and Elian even kills his teammate, but it doesn't matter. 3 on 2. They've got a bomb. As long as they wrap back round to Decon, they can stop this defuse from ever happening, and it doesn't feel like it will. Elian holding off, dead to Jax, may give a way back in, but as said, this bomb plant position is precarious. Honestly turns back, the single door swings open, they're playing with their food, there's no stick yet, and Jax can't do a thing about it. The round is won by Entropiq. Kills does not matter, and they'll all come through for Crad. 4 in the round, feeling feisty.
Yeah, with the pistol round locked in, Entropiq are hoping to get off to a hot start here. It would also be one of the first times we've seen them be the ones in the lead from the get-go if they're able to keep this up, right? All these previous maps have had good starts for G2 that have only got worrisome in kind of the middle/latter end of that first half. Entropiq looking to change that now in this third map. Gonna have, you know, a potential force buy to go up against, and there it is. Talk me through, you know, these anti-eco rounds. What do you want to do if you're Entropiq here to not let G2 win this?
I think it's really good to take yard and to take outside, come around heaven, maybe split A, get down lower if you can. Just taking that control. Don't let the pistols get the close range duels. Obviously, it's hard on Nuke, but that's the best options. Obviously, going out A here is also another good option. Hunter at the top hut gets taken down. That's kind of rough for them. See, it goes both ways there. G2 expecting the out as play, and then Entropiq doing the opposite and going inner. So playing with each other there.
Mind games have begun already in round 2 of Nuke. And I think it's fortunate that we have the 3 biggest Nuke fans in the house tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
What is it about Nuke that just springs your interest?
I think it benefits the better team. I think usually the better team wins the round, wins the game, especially on Nuke. So I think that it shows the lurk potential. So you have the lurker in lobby a lot of the time. Your lurker has to make the right decisions. He has to know what he's doing. He has to know how to get down vent. He has to play with rotations. He has to know where everyone is. So I think it's really important for, like, everyone has to have such a big impact on this, getting the guy down lower. I think it's definitely one of the hardest maps as well.
Yeah. The coordination on those T sides, even CT's cool.
I was going to say, like, CT rotates even. Yeah. Like, normally, that's kind of like you know, like a very big picture detail, but there's kind of like a certain skill, a certain finesse to it on Nuke, right? With the ability to fast drop lower. How much do you want to consider that? No, I very much agree. You know, it is like one of these maps where it's got a lot of like tactical outplay components. It's a chance for star players to shine in their respective spots. That is a very well put argument, Savage. And I've never really thought about why I love Nuke, but that is why I love Nuke. You've done it.
And there's obviously different ways to play it as well. You can some teams drop vent a lot of the time as the first drop to the lower bomb site. Some teams drop the ramp guy off and tend to rotate the orb back towards ramp and kind of play around that. Some teams do both, so there's a lot of options.
Oh, A-pop.
Yeah, and they come. Look at all the fire. Oh, dude. They get stuck on each other in hell. I don't know how you get out of that with a double. Hunter, up the vent, the CZ. Oh, it's either the best gun or the worst gun, and unfortunately, it's the worst gun for Hunter there. Now Nico in main got his work cut out for him and dinked on the swing. It's Entropiq 3-0 start. You got the CZ equipped?
I don't. I'm a 5'7". Yeah. I'm a 5'7" gamer. That one-shot headshot, close range is OP, I reckon.
It's the right choice. Yeah. I can't use it either, but can let people down. We saw some gnarly stuff happen with it earlier. I think Alex got some sick 3K.
He got that
outside.
3K rush in the outside smoke.
Still not like the old CZ anymore. How does m0NESY double up at the back of A with a scout? I don't know, but it doesn't matter. We've got the buy round here for G2. Entropiq ran super heavy SMGs. They didn't go for AKs in round 2, and so they're still running a couple of UMPs in this round. Let's see how that affects the game plan. There's a few helmetless players, but ultimately we might just see it fast and loose from these oomps over the top of Silo, perhaps.
With these outside smokes going in, what are m0NESY's options here? Because obviously the AWP gets nullified, right? So what's going to happen?
So if they can go down lower, generally, as I was saying before, depending on the team, they'll rotate the ramp guy down to lower, so he can pick up the ghetto players, and then the AWP can pick up ramp.
Oh, that's clean.
This is a good response on the fast vent drop for Nico. That's a thing of beauty. Oh, can't quite make it a third. But yeah, okay, so now we've got that AWP. It's actually still just leaning CT. I'm assuming that's because of the success that Nico is able to find, right?
It's because of Nico dropped vent, so he had that lower bomb site. So that's the different options that I was talking about. You can go ramp, you can drop vent. It's just how you want to play the round.
And now that Nico's got those kills, they're doubling back. So m0NESY can stop a main split. It was the game plan with Forrester coming outdoor, but with him denied, they're going to recommit back to lower. Elian leading with the AWP. Crad very low, but you don't want to put Elian off of his primary weapon in round 4. They might be saving 20 seconds. If you're not moving now, you're not moving ever. And so giving G2 a bit of respect in the rifle round. Again, as I said, it was only a bonus, so this is a pretty good save. You'll notice the money on the 3 dead players is enough to buy once that bonus kicks in. So it all kind of worked out here for Entropiq. Would have preferred a round win, though.
Counter-terrorists win.
Yeah, at least you don't suffer too many setbacks here, right? Still having that AWP, still having your chance to go toe-to-toe with m0NESY outside. And that's something that a lot of AWPers have kind of steered away from, right? It feels like not many people want to face m0NESY, and fair enough. But Elian's almost relished in the challenge in a lot of these maps so far, right?
Especially on Dust, those mid-fights were so consistent. On T-sides, always getting boosted. A lot of rounds where m0NESY would peek deep. Even Entropiq were like trying to smoke out m0NESY with that top mid smoke out of spawn. Oh, they saw the cross the secret.
Saw him.
That's huge. Maybe they can molly him. He's tucked in the left as well. He's not even on the stairs. So getting a molly outside right now can be really problematic for Nico. Lackey's there with a molly at red. I want to see him burn Nico out. There is no question about it. He's waiting for the smoke clear, checking his backline. Now he's assured. He's waiting for more support. Yeah, they want the guarantee. They want Elian on the angle. And then they're going to molly Nico.
He's already waiting with a smoke out, though. He's like, something isn't right now. I don't like the way this is going. I don't like the way this round's looking at me. Elian just scoped up. He drops the smoke and attempts to play above it, attempts to play the one way that he's now created, and Elian just leaves that angle. Nico's done really well to not get caught here, right? They had full info that he was in secret, and yet he's played it conservative every step of the way without having the info from the other side. Jack's up on the rafters now. Saw them cross to the right side, asks Hunter to deal with it, and so Hunter will. No choice but to take the full damage if he wants to stay alive. Crad opens up into the A site. They've got themselves main, but they're still concerned about Nico in secret. Forrester will deal with the lobby wrap component, and now they go back late in the round to deal with Nico.
I can't believe Elian sat there all round waiting for the reaction, right? Entropiq didn't even try and force Nico out. They wanted him to feel like he was making the decision, doing so much other stuff all over the map until he re-peaked, and he must have been so confused as to why they were waiting. That early info goes such a long way. Up the vent, and bye-bye. Elian was ready for it. 3-on-1, and m0NESY saving, or at least he's trying to. Talk about Elian relishing in the chance to kill him. Well, there you go, bud. Add it to the notch. 3 kills in the round, and Entropiq right now are running amok on the T side, while G2 are devastated. They drop Dust. Entropiq, they're shocked they're even here, and they're going to make the damn most of this opportunity.
Timeout for G2. I mean, the pressure's mounting again, and this time it's still early days. I am a little concerned, I'll be honest. You know, like G2, this was something we said coming into this. They've always had good starts to fall back on, right? Even if they do struggle, even if rounds start to go against them late in the game, they've always done enough early on to kind of compensate for that. And in this one, they haven't. Instead, they're the ones being tasked to like grind back into this, try to put a stop to Entropiq, who are picking up confidence, picking up momentum in this game already. You know, this is where being on the CT side can get problematic as well, right? The money starts to play into some of these decisions. Some of these rounds feel like they're a bit out of your hands, and this one is a good example of that. You know, you're coming into it with a scout collection of pistols, and that's the extent of it. If everything goes according to plan, I was going to say Entropiq should be up on a 5, but there's no accounting for individuals. Nico's opened up the round. Alexi jump shot at ramp, all right. m0NESY will come in with the advantage. Taken again for G2, denying the ramp control for now.
Nico, oh, he's got spotted. The nade, they're moving in quicker than he's ready for. NickelBack gets that kill. Lackey's hearing these players leave that top side, but the bomb is committed down lower. He's just into backstab these players. Hunter makes it to the AK, and Lackey, oh my god, he almost gets caught. Looking for Jax instead, making sure there's no way to lose this round. He's gone the wrong way though. And at this point, Hunter, late down the vent, is walking into a trap. Oh dear, this is very quick. Lackey still aware. Doesn't let the timing get the better of him. 3 on 2, and they're just trying to get kills, forcing Entropiq to die at the end of the round. Jax, oh, hits a shot, but we know this bomb radius doesn't do much on Nuke. He needs the shot, and he can't connect it. They'll get out with their lives, with their guns, unless m0NESY can cause a problem. That's only a tag, however, and as said, the bomb will not be enough. m0NESY stops the AWP in his tracks. That's a nice bit of damage. Getting rid of an AWP, it can go a long way. But still, Entropiq keep building.
Okay. m0NESY's decided that he needs to make a play.
Oh,
and he would have, but Nico beat him to it, actually, and he then ends up dying to the guy dropping off silo. Yeah, a little awkward, but it's all well and good. You know, you're still left up in this 3-on-2. Minute 20 left. There's a lot of time still in the round. There's a lot of time for things to go wrong. And Entropiq, they can really milk this round for all it's worth. You know, they've managed to at least keep themselves in a doable spot. This isn't like a 2v5 or something wild. There's a world of possibility here. Out into the A site, Hunter will win that one. And now just NickelBack left standing. Probably dawning on him that this one will just sail past. Hunter gets out from behind the vents and finds that second round for G2. So all right, they finally come in, breaking this streak that Entropiq have embarked upon. 2 rounds laid to rest. But it's only uphill battle. Sorry, it's still an uphill battle from here.
bit of a broken bye. They look like they want to go fast.
Out hut and door. It's a bit of a split. They're out. Jax on top of the site gets traded. 4v4. This is hard for the CTs to win this. They're mollied out. Hunter. What are they going to do here? They can save here, but looks like they'll go for it. They got the one way up. They're going to flash. They're going to go straight into it, I think. Actually, m0NESY's going to line up the flash. They're going to go through. They drop it. He's dropping. He's on his head. Crud gets 2. Nico, of course he does. 2 left. Alien alone in a 1v4. This isn't going to be easy.
No, that was like a blitzkrieg play into the A site, right? So speedy with the flashbang. And that's the save for Elliot. No choice, no chance. Dude, that little flash pop in, I mean, you called it, right? m0NESY was going back to line it up. pops them in, out through heaven, and I love that they drop immediately, right? Some players might have elected to try and fight from the top of heaven, fight into the side, but not Nico. Look at that, straight into the fray, and they just weren't ready for that kind of pace out of the guy.
Yeah, they just don't let them get comfortable there. Before they're calling, I'm going to hold this position, but they're calling all that, and then they've just gone before they've even gotten to their positions. You know, Crad caught out swinging. That was really good timing by G2. That's the kind of confidence that you need if you want to close out this map.
Good to see them. They're not ruffled yet, even with a very, very scary fast A rush like that. Caught off guard, but there's the value of playing that one-man A setup early. Even though G2 wanted to help him, he's dead on his own, and they are able to retake a 4-on-4. m0NESY has an AWP available. Not the same case for Ellie, and had to save that AK right at the end. Could see some smokes. Haven't seen many walls for Entropiq, 1 or 2 perhaps. m0NESY's found a pick.
I mean, dude, it's the outer AWPer. It's your dream that they peek that without throwing the standard wall of smokes, right? Like, especially if you're m0NESY. That's a lovely, easy opener that he's only going to miss like 1 in 50 of those. And so he connects it. Early 5-on-4. And Entropiq, they've also got a man lost to the hands of time at red. It's a little bit awkward for Elliot. No util to get himself out. He's just got to leave.
Where do you go here? Just crunch ramp, perhaps. They're lining up a util, could try and get them down the vents. Alien has 1 Molotov, though.
How do you reckon? Hot roof, Molly?
Could be an A fake, maybe into ramp. Or maybe they're taking ramp contact first. Just gonna run into m0NESY. Not much you can do about that. Gets a second as well. Too easy.
Hey, Kings.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like that was like a dream round for m0NESY, wasn't it? Like, you know, all the fights he gets, there's very little util to actually get him off of those angles. And I mean, for any AWPer, that's the dream, right? But for m0NESY especially, that's like a fever dream of a round. 4 on the board for G2. And, you know, I can imagine now if Entropiq do want to go back to this outside attempt, there's gonna be smokes to accompany it. You know, you've tried your luck peeking it dry, but maybe now they've learned a bit of a lesson.
What's your role on T-side on you?
I'm the lobby lurk, so I'm hanging around here on my own, trying to understand rotations, try and pull them, help the outers guys block vent so they can't rotate down vent, get information, those kind of things, try and make little lurk plays, go down the vent, take B on my own. So yeah, I'm kind of on my own on a little island.
Those are the most fun, though.
They are a lot of fun. I do have fun with it. But if you die, then you lose that half of the map, though. So there is a lot of pressure at the same time.
It's quite a fine line, right, between like being that like lurk heavy, impactful, but also like you don't just want to throw away the entire lobby area. Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. I think they have such a swing role here on Nuke. Right. One man's managed to beat m0NESY on the timing.
Calmed.
I really don't think Nico...
He's aware for everything, but... I take it all
so
back.
aware.
I take it all back.
No, right?
He was clearing his corners, man.
No, dude, that was just a genuine timing getting missed. Like, m0NESY didn't know anyone got by that quickly. He was scoped just for a moment over towards like the top of silo, checking blue box, and in that timing, mate, Elian threaded the needle.
We've all been m0NESY there. Yeah, don't worry, you're clear. You're fine. No one made it. Oh, damn, sorry.
And Nuke, yeah, he's not going to be happy about that. That's one of the worst feelings when you think something's clear. Your teammates have said, yeah, it's clear, and then you die from right in front of you. So yeah,
that's the way the cookie crumbles outside. Very, very nice spawn taken by Elian, though. Just runs it down B, and he has full control of the site right now. They just need to get the bomb there. They need to meet him. m0NESY, AWPing ramp. He's made the read. Alexi's in an off angle as well, even if m0NESY has to give it up. Oh, there's a lower player. Elian comes back up ramp, but he dies to Alexi. These rifles are saving G2's round right now. 2 pistols left up to run out upper, and it won't work well. It's a done deal with Elian not able to come back up and help out.
I would love to hear your thoughts, Savage, on like what Elian's kind of options were there, right? Because obviously he gets down lower, he gets that early opener, so they do know about him. But there's kind of a few ways you could have actually played with that space, right? Going up ramp was one of the options, but what else, you know, could you have looked for Elian to do?
You can do kind of A splits. He could have flown up the vent there. Maybe teammates come through Annex, lurk around there, group back to lobby, do what they did there, come up secret. He could even come back up up secret and try and take a few fights there. So there's a few options, but it's really hard for them to win even off that pick.
Just saw m0NESY essentially apologizing to Nico at the player count. Little like weak high five, like, yeah, man, won't happen again. But that's fine. Nico can't really
happen again because they've traded places. Nico's gone, mate, you're going down secret now.
I don't trust you. Oh, and, well, he trusts him to hit the shots.
It's a good system. It's worked out. Yeah. It's got them this opener. You might be wondering, what's Crad doing? Is he just toggled? No, mate. He's staring at the floor to turn from flashes, essentially. Now he gets in towards secret.
This isn't fun.
m0NESY, even if he gets one, he's going to be able to get out. Ooh, missed shot, uncharacteristically so, and he does manage to get away. Vulnerable to util, vulnerable to even that Molotov. One tick could do it. They're flashing through. Instead, they're fighting it. Try another missed shot for m0NESY, and now they've gotten past him. Elliot not afraid to run the gauntlet, but will get cut down, attempting to get into the B site. This is where they try to go back up the vent, but guess what? The door on that play's just closed. You've lost your squeaky player, and so Crad, 1v4, even though he's got the A site, he's still got to embark on this monstrous clutch.
Oh, and checking the Hut has lost his timing to plant. They're running him down. He won't get it. Last second stick, but Hunter wins the round anyway. Could have done nothing else, and that is unfortunate, right? As soon as they change their mind to end up on A, Forrester gets that kill on Jax, and then he immediately gets traded in lobby. So, yeah, they were committed. It's a shame. Nice to see the setup swap, though, for G2. Memes aside, it's going to keep it fresh. It's going to keep Entropiq guessing, especially now that they are throwing these wall of smokes outside. m0NESY gets a lot more chances to perform. He had a few chances, missed a few shots, but still around. 6-5 for G2. And this is the inverse, right? The first two maps, it was G2 starting strong, going a bit cold. Both those first halves were 8-7, 7-8. Now it's the opposite. Entropiq may have kicked the door down, but G2 have brought the hammer and nail, and they've put it back up. Elian's not had a lot of T-side AWPs here either. That's not great. You'd love that opening kill. But we're running out of rounds. 4 left.
Yeah. Heading off the door. Just a, you know, kind of more standard look into this one, right, for Entropiq. It's slower out of spawn. It's a bit of a pace change. They have invested into this round, so they've got a lot on the line. There's those outside smokes going in, but no one's crossing behind them. This is a full-on ruse that they're trying to pull on G2. However, Alexi is about to get the info that no one's using these outside smokes. He's peeking up through secret. So G2 know that nobody's outside, and that's going to start to narrow down where Entropiq are looking to end up.
Oh, it's speedy. Those are some lovely hops. He hits them all. Getting out ramp, chasing this orb. Oh, it's clean. m0NESY, no stress in this round. Although, oh, smoke shot. That'll do. That'll do nicely. Bombs loose, and Entropiq have to make up their mind. Do we really want to feed the beast? Do we really want to run it back B? No, they don't. But no more grenades in this round. This is a big gap, however. 3 lower for G2. It's quite a rotation.
Yeah, but I think it's Jax was just holding heaven over in this A site. Yeah. He's up on top of Hut right now, just staring it down. Or he might be Rafters. They might have boosted him. Saw them doing that earlier on. Lackey on this main split might have to shoulder a lot of the burden of getting them in the first place. 20 seconds. Mate, they are leaving this down to the wire. They are leaving this super close. Forrester climbs up silent, and then they realize, like, we don't have time to hold shift. We gotta go now. And Jax was boosted up earlier on. The main splits in, and even though Lackey gets the kill, Jax has done it just by holding the fort long enough. There was more than enough time there for G2 to have that one dead to rights. And I mean, now up in the lead, this is them outdoing the streaks that Entropiq have managed here on Nuke.
I ain't counting my chickens before they hatch. G2 in the lead.
Yeah, we've all been burned one too many times before, right?
Whatever. Show me when they hit 16. Forces out. Maybe back to A. It worked well last time, at least getting them in. It was the post part where they had problems. A little slower pace this time. Savage, take this one for a spin.
Crowd just running through the door with a flash. The Rops play, Hunter gets it. Full blind, the trade though. 2 for 1, Jack swinging out. Looks like they'll close it out. Nice shots, headshots. m0NESY holding Alien. That could have been dicey. That was a really good call there, but Jax and Hunter just hitting the shots that are necessary.
Clean as can be. And that is reassuring, right? These little A rushes, these half buys that Entropiq are actually typically very good at winning out. They're getting snuffed right now. So this T side might only be 5 rounds by the end if G2 can have it their way. Got to be happy with that.
Yeah, you know, Jack's always the anchor man. The Ron Burgundy of G2, maybe. m0NESY pushing into the hub. Tired of sitting back on his laurels. Wants to try and make a bit of a dent in this round, perhaps.
Ooh, he's been everywhere.
Nice flick onto Forrester. And now the outside smokes go in.
But at what cost? Your lobby lurk is dead. And like you said, that's half of the map gone in the mist. G2 could take it. They could already have it. They don't know. Nico's just picked NickelBack. Lackey just crouches in a flash, like pretending he's not been seen. But he goes to Nico eventually and is met with a bullet.
That's a missed garage smoke, right? So it opened up a huge area for Nico to just go peeking through. At least I'm assuming
there was a smoke.
It could look like it could have landed for like credit, but it landed super far left of garage.
Well, it's a bit awkward.
Because those were the wider smokes, and I mean, now m0NESY's here to just end the round. Nothing that Crad can do.
That was an elbow. Barely saw him.
No guarantee of saving this either with Jax in the lobby. I doubt he's going to go further than this, right? You're just playing. I'm going to see you playing your own money, mate. They got 16 grand on m0NESY. Go hunting, boys. Screw it. Crad up on a T roof. But this is where he should stay. If I had to hazard a guess, it's 9 on the board for G2. Woo! They did want to go hunting. They've given him 1. Up the vent now. And I think there's the outside wrap. Yes, Hunter, brilliant. Removes that AWP from play. That was like all reward, very little risk for G2 in hunting that one down.
Alright, G2 are taking a bit of a lead here. This is going to be the most dominant half yet in this series. We've had only 8 7s in regulation. So finally that mold is broken by G2. Is it a good sign? Is it a sign of the times? Is it a closer? We'll never know.
Certainly might be. I think they're looking really strong here. Everyone looks really calm and collected. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, impressive enough considering they, did just drop the ball massively on Dust. How do you find it personally, right? When you lose a map that you should have won or whatever, how do you reset going into another map in a series?
I think you just let it go and you just start focusing on the next map. In between the maps, you talk to each other. You say, let's do this, and just kind of get it out of your mind, and that helps you reset.
Don't dwell on it. Look at it later.
Exactly.
G2 looking for double digits, and that will help. Nico has been a real problem on the CT side. It has been him and m0NESY just shredding. Alexis 2 and 4.
And Hunter as well.
Yeah, I'm not.
And Jax.
And Alexis calling, yeah. I just mean, they've been the stars of their show, Harry.
All right, then. Here we go, a little outside cross. Another time for Nico, the star perhaps, as he plays close to the outside smokes. Does he want to go through? Oh, there's a gap in that. There's a gap in that. Nico.
Legs.
Looking for feet. Oh, bloody hell. There it is. He saw one eventually, but they fire back. The smokes have now faded. The veil of security is gone. And they've dealt with Nico. Alexi already down lower. But they're leaving secret. Lobby's been taken by G2, and amidst all this madness, they're going towards hell. They want to try and maybe wrap this A-bomb site from heaven. It is the one gap in the armor of G2. They're starting to piece this together themselves. Now they hear the footsteps heaven-bound. They know what's happening, but that doesn't make it any easier to stop. That's nice from Hunter to at least accelerate them into this retake. Look at Elian, still sat back in garage, hoping he could catch off rotations. There is a world where he could deal with these players all the way back in CT.
He needs to go now, though. They're setting up a flash for heaven. Is that even going to work? Lackey, it does. He's so blinded. Hunter's going to move in. Alexi gets caught. NickelBack in the sight with a double, and it's Hunter coming in from above. He's full flashed out. Elian's crossed into main, and NickelBack's going to bring the pain to close the half with 6. That will do nicely for Entropiq's T side as G2. They beat their best half yet, but can they finally close the map in series and avoid elimination here at the Pro League? Up their best half yet in regulation, but will that mean anything? Can they close it? Hooch rallying the boys together on Entropiq. Xtaz trying to do the same. G2 have had a good game here. Nico, Monacy, Hunter, these stars shining bright. Can they keep it up? Or will Entropiq shut them down here on the CT side? I'm here with Savage and Harry. Let's get it going.
Yeah, right into this one. G2 fast outside, fast to the roof of main. This is looking like an A split with quite a bit of pace behind it, but Entropiq are ready. Entropiq hold the line. They deal with the first players to rear their head. Nico, he's lost to the hands of time now, looking to try and make something different out of this outside play, but that does somewhat hang. His teammates out to dry, dead on the swing. Oh, no. And Entropiq are about to get the pistol. Just Alexi left at 14 HP.
How's he 2 and 5 at halftime?
I was just about to say, how does that even happen?
Oh, they dinked everyone. They dinked that's what killed G2. They were just trying to hunt those low players.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I feel like I've never seen that before. 2 and 5. That's crazy, and I think that comes down to him setting up Nico. And you know, I think he's a top site player. He, instead of him being the first to rotate, he'll send Nico down to use his aim prowess towards the lower site to get those multis, and that's what he's done. That's his role in the team, is to set up these star players.
Yeah, and we only had 2 A rushes in the first half, and they were both ecos, where Jackson Hunter just shredded it anyway. So it makes sense. It is. Yeah, you're right. It's wild. Pretty weird score for a halftime game, but that just showed how much work Nico and the likes were doing. They're going to pop A. Alexi's back on the board, and oh, don't do it like this, boys. This is not meant to happen. Double entry, and they have not got the buy to retake either. No kit right now. Jack's waiting to dodge flashes, and forget flashes, they're saving. Wow.
I mean, we kind of, had similar rounds like this back on Dust 2. It's a similar vibe, right, to like losing your B site players when you lose the top site guys on A to an eco rush like this. It's a call you hate to make, but you have to make. You don't have any other options here. If they went for it and ended up giving these guns away and leaving themselves broke, G2 would be in such a good position. So you can't fault them. It's not an easy call to have to make this late on in a series. But it's really all they have. G2, lovely round. Alexi, right, we were just talking about him. He's barely seen anyone. But he comes up big there, getting that opener on the CT vent player.
All right. Already a way more successful T-side just off of that round alone, right? Something Entropiq could never sneak past. Obviously, doing that in the second round weren't the Molotovs in place, all those grenades to stop an A-pop, but Entropiq, no excuses here. This is going to sadly be a broken buy for them, and G2 coming in with 4 rifles. Lucky Cross, I like that. Very aggressive, getting involved, getting the blood pumping, and getting out alive. Trying to smoke his retreat.
Ooh. Don't underestimate an Elian scout, I'll tell you that much. Nade into ramp. Doesn't really find any damage, nothing worth writing home about. And Hunter was close to that secret smoke, and the moment he hears the M4 on Lackey start to run away, that's when he makes his move. Lackey thinks he's cleared this. He doesn't believe anyone could be here. And Hunter also knows that it was an A1S in secret. He's like, where is it? The Pink Panther music should be playing. Dun, 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 dun. Look at him, like he's trying to figure it out. He's trying to locate that M4, but he can't find it. And so at this point, he should know he's either in the site or he's gone decon.
Oh, this is perfect.
As if he's waiting for this to open up more room. That is madness. Elian goes all the way back into the site before it becomes known. That's a lovely bit of trigger discipline, because holding on that long has let the entire team get down secret and join hunting.
Oh.
They weren't ready for Lackey in the site. I really don't know how. But now tucked in behind the blue box. Oh, follow-up shot to Monacy's nasty, and Hunter's gone as well. That hero M4 with 4 kills in the round puts another on the board for Entropiq.
You thought they'd be ready for it, right? You thought they'd have the understanding, maybe thinking decon door was shut, he was hidden inside, but all of that time either way that Hunter holds a shot, his team is just getting in position, and then they throw the smoke, they let their guard down, trying to plant inside of it. That is their undoing. What a hero round for Lackey, 4 kills. And Entropiq are back in it, just like that.
Okay.
The typical Nico play, flashes through the nip smokes. He loves this, and he catches so many people off. Elian does just that, gets caught off, runs up heaven, cowers away, 15 HP. Now it just slows down. Nick has all this control on his own, just from a few smokes. His team's down lower. There's a lot they can do off this. They're in a good spot. Obviously, Alexi's low. Elian's drops sight. Nico, of course, he hits the headshot. Elian's opening CT vent here. This is super interesting. See what will happen here. They're just waiting. It's a slow round. Nico. Almost hits the headshot. Walks up heaven. Maybe they'll fly up vent here. They might go up vent.
Oh, they certainly could. I guess wait and see what kind of success Nico has. Instead, no, they're going into the B site. They're committing in with the first few. The bomb's still hanging back for now. And now it starts to cross in. Hunter is here alone.
What?
Oh, he's going to be like, yeah, I don't want to be involved in this. He gets the hell out of there, and now does try to go up the vent. They don't have lobby, but Elian's missed that shot. The bomb is now the second to try and make it over, and Hunter's like, no, I ain't doing that, Elian. I'm not giving you this chance. With Nico up in heaven, if he wins this fight, that should be the round, and there it is. Huge kill for him to have secured. Also, Hunter dropped back down the... Oh, no, he was always in the vent. He never made it up, sorry. All the way up through secret. NickelBack will deal with him. There's still a chance for this round. There's still an opportunity, but Nico is taking them all away. And so G2 will rise to the occasion. The Force by Wars continue. We don't have a team winning 2 in a row yet. It's just been back and forth. Hero guns finding rounds.
Yeah, we saw that same kind of round in the Fnatic game earlier, if you remember, where Alex got up heaven and he had 4 teammates down secret and they still committed B into the stack while he had all that A info into heaven. The difference is, instead of all dying B, Hunter almost did, they go right back. They make that decision, thank goodness. And the missed shot for Elian was all the info G2 needed to pass that package along. Nico almost gets timed turning away there. But that's a round for G2. Like you said, Forced by Wars, never stopping. But if that keeps up, it's only going to favor not only the T's, but the team in the lead, and both of those teams are G2.
I think the idea of that round is to take the control lower and then make the contact lower. so that rotates off A will rotate, and then Nico could sit in heaven and kill the guy trying to go down vent. So I think that's the idea of that round. And once they kill that guy down vent, they can always come back and come back up A, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah. It just got a bit scary when they sent the bomb out.
Yeah, right. That one was like the scary part for me. I was like, okay, I like the fake selling, but putting the bomb in there, that's very unique look of doing it. Here we go, right outside. Forrester dies. I'm assuming that was a hot push. He loves pushing hot. Yep, there it was.
Hello.
Krad tries to do the same, but a lot more success on this guy. Alexi is out in the A site. Oh, he made noise dropping. They know where he is. They know what's up. He's going to tap the bomb. Hopes that baits a peek, and it will bait a spam out. Nico going on a bit of a tear outside. Now G2 know where both these players are, and this time Alexi's committing to the plot. That is ballsy. Krad's crossed with the smoke, and the timing on that is brutal. Only Lackey left. Deagle dead, and it's G2 winning 2 in a row. Not just now up in the lead, but also breaking the banks of Entropiq.
Breaking the curse.
Finally, right, the Force by Wars come to an end. I mean, that's a very good feeling when you're the team to do it, right?
That stick for Alexi is so...
I can't believe, especially once they've spammed it once already, you know, like that's so ballsy to just full commit to it.
Knows where both players are. They're both on him. Nico's outside. He can't even, get a trade if one of them rushes Alexi down. But it's the perfect call, and then they turn away at the wrong time. Broken by now for Entropiq, just pistols. And so it's going to get easy for G2, who haven't even shown ramp this game. And now it's stacked by Entropiq. Well, that's been completely avoided with this outside walk. It's Nico again, getting down B for free. What do they do with this, huh?
I think they'll just walk down. You can do almost anything against this. Just try not to run into the stack, find the stack, identify it, go the other way kind of thing. There's no hope for them to retake. The only hope is you run into the stack, and I don't think G2 will do that.
Laying up top site util. Main smoke, hot roof molly, and Entropiq are getting antsy. They know it's not coming to them, they've got to come to it.
Yeah, they missed the timing on the bomb cross. Like, that was still the one way this could have got weird. Now it's just like trickling in through ramp, right? And it's pretty much a safe G2 round. Nothing could possibly go wrong here. And I've never come to regret that sentence before. So it's all well and good. Jack seals the deal. That's a lovely little sequence out of him.
Jackie.
Only anti-ecos, so we're not allowed to get too excited. But that's G2 up onto 13. And this time, unlike in times gone by, those Force by Wars have actually put Entropiq in a very weird, rough position where up against this scoreline, up against 13, if they don't win this first rifle round, this is essentially map point going to G2 on the results of this round alone, right? There's a lot riding on it. They need to be successful, because if not, they're down to another partial buy up against 14.
Ooh, quickie. Nico gets down vent. And he does it silent as well.
He's been all over the place, like in a good way, like in this second half, right?
Oh, good check.
All right, Elian.
Good check.
Might have done it quietly, but Elian always suspects.
Wow. And that's so annoying, because G2 are lining up these smokes out. They wanted to cross and meet Nico there. He had the path open for them. Now they've got to go into the unknown. If they do commit with the smokes, they know the AWP is in position. It's not going to make their job any easier, but lobby is lost. And G2 will go forth into garage. Not forever though. Alexi will bring the bomb back. And it's the AWP. It's no surprise to G2. They're still going to slow peek it. And Elian, this is going to be an easy round for him if they keep up those antics.
Yeah, maybe it's one of the dream rounds this time for Elian. It looks like it. Like, no util, a lot of slow peeks into his crosshair. Those are the ones you dream of as an AWP player. And I mean, really, with all this impact from the AWP, you should have just put a 9th on the board for Entropiq. You know, we said how important this round was, how Entropiq had to win it if they wanted to keep the dream of winning this series alive. And they've managed that.
No time. Oh, that's a lights out shot. Only one man. If they clear him instantly, they can plant, but they don't. m0NESY needs to trade, and they're already up the vent, so it was a dead deal anyway. 9 rounds to Entropiq. It's a little scarier at the end, but a round's a round, and they're on the board after 3 in a row from G2. Nice stuff out of Elian. All began with that check on Nico. Keeps it clean. G2 call a timeout. Want to get ahead of themselves, do they?
All right then, Savage, like if you put your coaching hat on, right? If you were stood behind G2, this time you're not allowed to say just win, right? What would be, you know, is there something you think maybe they do particularly well? Is there anything you think that maybe could be exploited from the Entropiq side? What would be like a winning formula in your eyes?
Yeah, I think it's just using Nico well, and I think that's what they've been doing. I think just changing up his position, playing around him is what they do best. That's G2's game plan. That's how they play. So just capitalizing on Nico's ability to win rounds on his own, just running out topside. Just 2 of them, just running out. Forrester. Craig gets the kill.
Oh, it's a block.
Stuck. The bomb drops down the vent though.
Okay, that's
good. Grab it.
It's not bad.
That's something at least, right? Out of all the ways for that to have gone, at least the bomb made it down, but it's small consolation as it's cut down in the doorway. Alexi up close, in with the first, but isn't ready for the swing. Entropiq now on to double digits themselves. Every one of these maps tonight have contained a similar theme, and that's that as G2 get closer to winning it, as they get closer to getting it over the line, things start to get a little bit weird, and we enter this kind of twilight zone where nothing really makes sense anymore. Entropiq, meanwhile, they've only looked better and better as games have gone on. I'm getting concerned that it could be a repeat of that. Just pistols now for G2. Remember what's on the line for the G2 squad here. If they lose this, they're guaranteed bottom 3 in the group. That means they're out of playoff contention. And for all intents and purposes, that's elimination right there.
Yeah, and 3 smokes in this round, and 1 of them got misclicked. So whatever wall they were going to build, they've now got to change their mind. They've got to do it with less materials. The literal version of building pyramids without clay.
Except they're not on their own this time. They've got 5 players up, both teams.
What have they built for us? Gonna make it all the way to garage.
It's kind of a neat idea, right? Throw 2 of the 3 smokes, leave 1 open, you choose garage. It's like a fair enough move, I guess.
Yeah.
Making the best out of a bad situation, really.
Oh, run boost.
Elian won't ever see the run boost. That man over the other side will come as a bit of a surprise to him. Unfortunately, it's coupled with the exact moment he gets off the angle, so now it's something he probably is considering subconsciously. Still, Jax has managed to get out, and Elian's just going to reroute, give up hell, hold it from heaven instead, and he catches the timing even more where that came from. NickelBack steals them away.
Oh, good save.
Bailed out by Forrester back in the site, so it's 11-13. G2 gonna have another investment ready to come down the pipeline.
Yeah, we kind of had this for Alexi earlier in, I think it was in map 1, right? He was like 3. NickelBack, the in-game leader of Entropiq, he was 3-13, 3-12 in the first half, and now he's really picked it up. 3K in that round, 13-17 overall. Just a recovery, and all this is only going to increase the confidence. More firepower, more possibilities, and more comebacks. Crossing red is Lackey through the molly. Nico's had a lot of good starts to rounds, but will this be one of them with so many eyes outside? He's creeping a smoke. Lackey on the close corner. He's got a gap before red. This is not looking good for Nico right now, but he's in no hurry, and that might pay off the patience as he sits back behind main. Lackey is now on an island. He cannot move. Even poking his head out for info could lose his life. So Nico is very wise to have not committed here. Oops. This stalemate outside is going to be a scary one as G2 want the A split. Lackey is the one thing that can stop the split. Oh, Alexi's coming as well. Even if he dies here, it's worth, as long as Nico can trade.
Yeah, but you almost don't want Alexi to be that first point of contact, you know? Like, his trade is not as lovely as if Nico manages to catch him being patient, but I guess eventually, right, you need to be the one to prod Lackey out of position. You need to give him a reason to fight. He can sit here all damn day. He's patient enough. You're the ones on the clock, and if Nico tries to make a move, could be a dead man. I also imagine he kind of stopped considering it after a while, right? You're thinking, like, if someone is here, they must have peeked by now. And yeah, there's Nico dead. The bomb dropped on the push out through the door. It's a mow down in Entropiq. Woo! Hunter tries to vent drop, but Elian does not forgive nor forget. 12 now to their name. G2, staring down the barrel of another one of these partial investment rounds.
Yeah, that's perfect. He's just holding the molly there. He knows something, probably towards A. No contact everywhere else on the map. Drops the molly, secures the round.
Dude, it's so...
If I'm Nico, I'm pissed. I'm like, I've sat red. I've watched red for a minute.
The patience on Lackey
for a minute. Who sits red for a minute? Insane. And again, Entropiq, they're creeping back into this match. I can't say I'm surprised with what we've seen. It's just, you know, it's not over. It's not over. It's just whether G2 can close. That is the question. The flavor of the month. Hunter. Oh, Nico's coming on the backstab. He's got an AK now. They're trying to set this A split in ready. Forrester hiding in the back of A. Lackey's providing overwatch from above. And Monacy's going to get run down. Up the vent goes Elian. He has been the insurance policy down at lower, a position that G2 do not want to try and take with the shots Elian's been hitting on the AWP. What is the gap right now, Savage? What is the way in for G2? Running into a brick wall.
Yeah, I guess Entropiq, yeah, they just know what's happening. I think maybe speed it up. I guess they've done some speed up rounds. They've just been shut down, whatever they've done. So it's gonna be interesting to see what LXB can cook up.
Yeah, this is a true test of the metal for the man who only just got back in Dusseldorf in time. His first match in the G2 team.
Dude,
Pro League.
It's really concerning as well, because I think about what this means for like G2 as a whole, right? Like, it essentially means that at the end of Katowice, the thing that sticks with us is, they fell apart at 15. They couldn't close maps out. Now they come to Pro League. You're willing to give them the benefit of the doubt at first, right? Like Alexi wasn't here. Yeah, some of those problems still there, but that's always been associated with Nico. Well, now it could be about to get them eliminated from playoff contention, with Alexi back in the squad, with Xtaz here. Like, you've got all the pieces, all those reasons as to why you couldn't close out prior events gone by or in games gone by. You don't have those excuses anymore, right? Yeah. So it doesn't bode well.
He's burning! He's burning!
On, and Alexi burns to the...
Full blind, mate. Full blind in a Molotov. He thought he ran out, and he was actually just running into the corner in the Molotov. He didn't know. He even dropped the smoke at the end. But that is such a disaster. As if it wasn't going bad enough for Alexi. Now he's got a lead from beyond the grave. Nico on a main split. I mean, he's got to win the round. Nico's been doing all he can, it feels like. He's got to win the round. Someone has to. Nico could with this position. There's no warp out. Elian's down lower. NickelBack is watching this from a very safe position at red. And they're coming out ramp. Lackey hears all these announcing flashbangs, and he just needs to go 1-for-1 at a bare minimum. There's the one. Any trade? Not today. Lackey is going to kill two. Bombs loose. Monacy got to go for it. Nico, another corner that he must clear. Another red box that might let him down, but it goes both ways. NickelBack gets timed. Nico, 30 seconds. Monacy's gone back for the bomb, and Nico's waiting for the re-aggression. He's got it. He's got it. Headshot, 9 health, and 20 seconds now. G2 have to make a play.
He's done everything he can to build this round, but now the fate is in Monacy's hands, right? He needs this opening fight, but there's two scoped up on him. There's two ready, and that's the bomb drop. Nico, he can't win this. Try as he might, it's 14 for Entropiq, now up in the lead. Oh, that's 6 rounds in a row for Entropiq to make this happen. Much the same as how every one of these maps have gone. It all started with this unfortunate situation for Alexi, and you thought the Nico was going to do enough.
I feel the pain that every G2 fan feels tonight. I understand. This one hurts.
You know, I mean, we home in on G2 just because, you know, they have been this team up in the league consistently. They have just come off of the grand finals in Katowice, but looking at Entropiq as well, you know, their kind of story all kind of came to a bit of an ugly head back at Kato. They didn't make it through the play-in, so this is them showing up on LAN again, trying to lock in a playoff spot, a top 3 finish.
And for Entropiq, they were, you know, the team that after the PGL major, they held it together while so many rosters fell apart. Spirit made a run, they disappeared, they melted into oblivion. Entropiq held strong. They, you know, we don't often see these CIS teams that come in, smash players at a major, and then keep it up. It's usually the downfall. Entropiq, they have not had that downfall. They've kept it going, and look at the confidence. They're lobby crunching right now. They are shredding G2, putting them through their paces and turning them into pieces. It's only Hunter. Entropiq, this is an unbelievable game, unbelievable resilience. Unless Hunter pulls out the holy moly, I don't think we're going to see much more. It's a closer for Crad. 15-13, Entropiq. They might be doing it.
Oh man, I mean, you know, on the other side of the booth, right? Like it's a very different vibe when you look at these teams, isn't it? G2, you know, they almost can't believe what's happening. It's that shell-shocked look from the Katowice finals, but all over again under different circumstances for Entropiq. Time and time again, they've told themselves, don't worry, we're a comeback team. We've got this. Their story, their tradition is one that's looked on a lot more positively on the Entropiq side of things. G2, that old curse, that old familiar feeling is sinking back in. Nico walking the outside smokes. He's been trying his hand here time and time again, but Forrester pushes the hut. And so early on, they might have been punishing him. They might have been getting the better of those hut pushes, but now it's netted a 5-on-4 right away.
It's amazing that these guys just stay confident. What were they, 14-7 down on Dust, and they continue just to press like nothing's happening. It's like they're 14-7 up, you know, and they're playing. They don't get scared. Like Forrester's just going for that kill. Like that, to be able to do that on 15-13 is huge.
He is never fearful of pushing the hut. Is Forrester. 5-on-4 to close the entire series, to close G2's tournament lifeline here, and to keep Entropiq in that top 3 spot. Into heaven goes Hunter. Timing is everything. Forrester tucks in. It's a scary position. It means Hunter can fight A, but no one's on the chopping block right now. Everyone's in safe positions, except the player right below him. At worst case, Forrester should trade. NickelBack stop Monacy. It's all coming together. It's all falling apart. And 5-on-3 to close the map. What do G2 have left?
Hunter out through heaven needs to be the guy, but Forrester's holding it. He does get dealt with. Oh, Hunter doubles up, trying his best to make something happen. Hunter goes on a tear. Good for 3 in the round. Him and Alexi side by side fighting to the very end. That tag's opening up the nade. Oh, Hunter's been removed. Alexi with the swing is cut down, and Entropiq do it. G2, they can't reach playoffs, and Entropiq move into the top 3. Hell of a resilient showing, hell of a game. And I mean, look at how much it means to the Entropiq boys that they've done this not once, but twice to close this series.
You gotta give it.